Hey, James. So I was looking at this document, and it's like about Vietnam and quantum tech, but it says they're not making much noise. What's that about? I thought everyone was shouting about quantum.
Right, Emma, and that's precisely the point, isn't it? Vietnam's actually taking a rather steady, deliberate approach. They're not getting caught up in the usual hype cycles. It's less about the fanfare, more about, well, solid capabilities and actual long-term strategy.
Oh, interesting. So it's not like they're falling behind, just doing it differently? What does that deliberate approach actually look like then? Are they like focusing on specific things?
Precisely. They're really leveraging their existing strengths, particularly in math and science, which is quite clever. And they're focused on developing a whole new generation of tech talent, right? Plus, it's all tied into a broader goal of digital sovereignty. For them, quantum isn't just a trend, it's part of a much bigger strategy for scientific credibility and technological resilience. 2025 is actually shaping up to be a pivotal year for them too, with research networks forming and cross-border stuff accelerating.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense, the whole digital sovereignty bit. But are they actually doing anything concrete? Like, do they have a national strategy or is it just like talk right now?
Well, they don't have a formal national quantum strategy yet, but the groundwork is absolutely being laid, Emma. The Ministry of Science and Technology, or MOST, and the Vietnam Academy of Science and Technology, VAST, are really leading the early stage work. They're looking at key areas like quantum computing and simulation for material science and drug development, which is quite forward thinking.
Wow, material science and drugs, that's huge. What about like security or, other practical stuff?
Oh, absolutely. They're also focusing on quantum communication for secure infrastructure and cybersecurity, which is, well, obviously critical, and quantum sensing too, especially for environmental monitoring and smart agriculture. The Vietnam Quantum Research Network, VQRN, launched recently, linking top universities. Investments are flowing into computing infrastructure, particularly for hybrid models, and policy teams are drafting a national quantum development roadmap for 2026. It's all quite methodical, less about the flash, more about building real capabilities.
That's really impressive how systematic they're being. So, who's actually like doing all this heavy lifting? Is it mostly government or are universities and companies getting involved too?
Oh, it's a huge collaborative effort. Vietnam's academic community is doing most of the heavy lifting. Institutions like VNU Hanoi and USTH are expanding their programs in quantum optics, quantum information, and theoretical physics. And VIAM, the Vietnam Institute for Advanced Study in Mathematics, has even introduced new tracks in quantum algorithms and quantum machine learning. Plus, the Quantum Vietnam Fellowship, launched last year in 2024, is providing seed funding for graduate students and early career researchers, especially those returning from international programs.
That's fantastic. Supporting new talent is like super important. Is the private sector catching on too, or is it mostly academic?
It's slowly building, Emma, especially in cybersecurity, fintech, and e-government. Agritech and logistics firms are actually exploring quantum use cases for optimization and supply chain resilience, which is quite smart. Big players like FPT Software, VATel, and VinEye are already connecting with universities on R&D projects, so there's definitely potential there, but it'll need more structure and sustained support to really scale up, won't it?
So they've got their academic side sorted and private interest growing. Are they also looking internationally? Like, are they connecting with other countries on this?
Oh, absolutely. They're making really clever use of international ties to compensate for domestic resources. They're an active member in the Asia-Pacific Quantum Collaboration Forum, working on shared standards with Japan, Singapore, and South Korea. They're also running bilateral research programs with France, Japan, and Korea, which includes PhD exchanges and lab support. and they're collaborating with UNESCO and OECD on ethics and funding. It's about building diplomatic bridges, really.
That's smart. Really, really smart. So what's next for them? What are we looking at in like the next few years?
Well, over the next 3 to 5 years, we'll likely see a national quantum strategy focusing on simulation and communication. Government pilot programs in post-quantum encryption are expected, particularly in finance and e-government. There'll be expanded research exchanges and investments in centers of excellence, especially in agriculture and pharmaceutical simulation. Vietnam isn't trying to dominate the global scene, you see. They're aiming to lead regionally, with integrity and a very clear focus. It's a steady, serious, and rooted path, Emma, not chasing headlines, but building real credibility.